When you think money's bad, or money's evil, or money's tainted, you will push it away. Subconsciously, unconsciously, you will push it away. You'll find ways to get rid of it because you don't want bad/evil in your life. So let me tell you a reframe. I read a book called Money by Arnold Patton. And in that little book was a line, and he said, "The sole purpose of money is to express appreciation." Hello and welcome. You've landed on Zero Limits Living. I'm Dr. Joe Vitale. Every week I bring you inspiration and information to transform your life. This show is now so popular you can see it or hear it on 1,000 platforms across the planet, including Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and YouTube, and anything you can probably name, and maybe anything you're possibly using right now. To make it easy, go to ZeroLimitsLivingTV.com. I'm posting all the episodes there, and you can go there and binge. ZeroLimitsLivingTV.com. My coaching program is something people ask about all the time. I started it almost 20 years ago, trademarked it about 15 years ago. It's a system, it's a process, it's proven to work. Find out for yourself. Go to miraclescoaching.com. No charge, no cost, no obligation. Go take a look, kick the tires, find out what it's all about. miraclescoaching.com. My latest program so far is mentaltimetravelsystem.com. It helps you clean up the past so you're more powerful in the present so you can create a future that you deserve and long for. mentaltimetravelsystem.com. My latest book, as of this moment, is called Unexpected Kindness. Go to unexpectedkindnessbook.com, or you can find it in Kindle, audio, hardcover, paperback, all at Amazon. Unexpected Kindness. Now, talking about unexpected things, my guest this week is me. And what I'm going to do is share with you one incredible, powerful, little known, little practiced secret for attracting more money. Now, it's important that we cover this because money is a hot button. We wrestle with it. We have a love-hate relationship with it. We want it, we hate it, we desire it, we despise it all at the same time. But we have to make peace with money. Otherwise, you'll be living in the streets and you'll be starving because money is our means of exchange. So you need to be able to acquire it, attract it, and use it wisely so you can have more of it. How do you do that? I am going to show you. I am going to reveal the number one secret to attracting more money right now. Now, I'm pausing because I want you to realize I'm doing this for free. I don't get paid to give you this information. Nobody involved is getting paid to do this. And all the information I'm giving you is practical, real world, street ready. You can use it and take it to the bank, and you don't have to pay for it. Now, very often when you get things for free, you don't really respect it because it was free. You don't have any skin in the game. Didn't cost you anything. You didn't have to work in any way, shape, or form to get this information. But I want you to reconsider because this is the information that saved me. I was homeless. I was in poverty. Today, I live the lifestyle of the rich and famous, and largely because of me practicing these different money attraction secrets, including this particular one that I want to share with you today. But maybe you're going to dismiss me. Maybe you say, Dr. Joe Vitale, your life was easy. Maybe you going from homeless through poverty to rich and famous was just a fluke. Well, I want to tell you, it's happened to other people. One in particular was a young man I met in Thailand a few years ago. At that time, he was 35 years old, and he told me the most breathtaking story. 15 years earlier, he was homeless, broke, living on the beaches of Thailand. He asked a friend of his for help, and the friend did not send him any money. He sent him a book. He sent him the book, The Secret, based on the movie, The Secret. And my homeless friend reads The Secret, and he's mad. He says, this stuff is BS. This is bogus. This doesn't work. And he says, I'm going to prove this doesn't work. And he started to test some of the principles that were in the book and the movie, The Secret. And he started to read some of the other books along the same lines, including books by me and Bob Proctor and John Assaraf and Jack Canfield, some of the lineup from the movie The Secret. Lo and behold, it started to work. And when I met this young man in Thailand, 35 years old, he was a billionaire. Billionaire. So here is another example of somebody who has used these different principles, including the one I'm going to reveal today, and has gone on to enormous wealth. In this case, he went from homeless to a billionaire, and I helped him write his book called Homeless to Billionaire. His name is Andres Pira. This is the book. It is on Amazon. Now, I'm not here to sell you anything. You can go to the library and borrow the book. It doesn't matter to me. What I'm here to do is to help you. And I'm going to give you the information that'll make a difference. And one of the pieces of information, one of the resources is this book, Homeless to Billionaire, Andres Pira, co-authored by Joe Vitale. But maybe you don't care. Let's look at this from another aspect. I'm an author of 90-some books. I'm the guy who was homeless. I was the guy who was in poverty. I've still managed to get beyond all of that, and I'm writing more books, and I have more books coming out. In July, I have a new book coming out called Zero Limits Living. Over the course of time, I've written lots of books on money. Let me show you a few of them. The greatest money-making secret in history, which is actually the one I'm going to reveal to you today on this very episode of Zero Limits Living. The greatest money-making secret in history. I'm proud of this book, but this book is like 25 years old. I wrote it a long time ago. I also wrote The Secret to Attracting Money. Very popular book, very popular audio program that's also out there. This contains a lot of secrets, including the one I'm going to reveal today. I also wrote Karmic Marketing. Karmic Marketing is one of my most recent books, and this one really reveals the secret I want to talk about today, but I want to do it differently today, and I want to give you a deeper understanding of this secret. So even if you read Karmic Marketing, you need to stay tuned to find out what I'm talking about for today. I also wrote The Awakened Millionaire. This was my attempt to help people merge the spiritual with the material. The Awakened Millionaire is somebody who's at peace with money and at peace with spirituality. Powerful concept. I also wrote Money Loves Speed. And the title alone tells you one of the principles. It's not the key secret I want to talk about today, but it is a secret. Money does love speed. I was in the movie The Secret, and I said the universe loves speed. These are clues for you to take note of. I also wrote Attract Money Now, and this one is free. You can go to attractmoneynow.com and download the PDF version of this book. Or you can go to Attract Money Now book and get the hardcover, which comes with a DVD of one of my presentations, or you can go to Amazon and you can find the book there. But again, it's free at attractmoneynow.com. And this has 7 secrets in it that'll help you attract more money now. One of them is the one I want to talk about today. Now, before I get to the actual secret, I want to make sure you're at peace with money, because I can tell you all the different secrets for attracting money. But if you're sitting there and you think money's bad or money's evil or money corrupts or money will taint you or anything that is negative and limiting that's in your subconscious or unconscious mind, or even in your conscious mind, I can tell you all the secrets of the universe and you will prove me wrong to prove yourself right. You will follow your inner beliefs about money to keep money away from you. What I've talked about in all of these different books at one point or another is, for example, if you think money is evil or the love of money is the root of all evil, then why would you want money in your life? Why would you want it in your house? You will push it away. You will push it away because you don't want evil in your life. And I don't blame you. But here's the thing. Money's not evil. Money's not anything. Money is neutral. And you need to grasp it. Because as soon as you understand that money is neutral, then you can allow yourself to have it. And then when I tell you the secret to attracting more money, you'll be able to implement it and you'll be able to attract more money. But when you think money's bad or money's evil or money's tainted, you will push it away. Subconsciously, unconsciously, you will push it away. You'll find ways to get rid of it because you don't want bad slash evil in your life. So let me tell you a reframe. And a reframe is a different way of looking at something. So if you're looking at money as bad or negative, I want to tell you what the turning point was for me. I read a book called Money by Arnold Patton. And in that little book was a line, and he said, the sole purpose of money is to express appreciation. The sole purpose of money is to express appreciation. Consider this. When I first heard that statement from Arnold Patton in his little book, I thought, well, that can't be right. There must be exceptions to this. And then I started to think, wait a minute, when I pay the mortgage, I'm grateful to have a house. When I make a car payment, I'm grateful to have a car. When I pay for electricity, I'm grateful to have heat or warmth or the internet. And suddenly it reframed my thinking. And I thought, wait a minute, money is actually something to be grateful for because it's giving me some of the survival things I want and need, and some of the luxury things I want and need. So start to think about money differently. Another thing that you want to do with money is to consider what good you can do with it. More money, more good. That's the rule of thumb. More money, more good. I have been able to help causes I believe in. I've been able to contribute to causes that made a difference in the world. I've been able to help family, friends, complete strangers. I've been able to do things with money that has made a difference in people's lives and communities' lives that I couldn't do when I was homeless and I couldn't have done when I was in poverty. Money enables you to be a steward for making the most difference. If you care about people or places or causes, the more money you bring in, the more you can direct it to those places to make a difference. It's one of the best reasons to be at peace with money. But let me give you one more example, because you might still be stubborn and think money's bad. Money's going to taint me. Now I'm going to say, you see this pen? I'm holding a pen. Is it bad? With this pen, I can write a very nasty note to you. You won't like it. But is the pen bad? With this pen, I could write a suicide note. Is this pen bad? With this pen, I could write a list of complaints and send it to you or any number of other people. Is this pen bad? With this pen, I could probably stab you and hurt you. Is the pen bad? It's not the pen. It's the person who uses the pen. It's the same with money. It's not the money. Money's just paper and coin. It's nothing. It's the person who uses the money. And you get to decide. You get to decide how you use a pen, and you get to decide how you use money. So hopefully you're making peace with money, which means you know money is good, and you can use it for good, that you can direct it to people and causes you believe in. So now what do you do? All right. Also, when I was in Thailand the very first time, I learned something that caused me to get almost whiplash. I turned my head so quickly when I heard it, I just couldn't believe it. Let me tell you and confess to you that my birthday falls around the holidays, around Christmas Day, right between Christmas and New Year's. And because of that, I have felt gypped most of my life, because people throughout my 70 some years would say, here's your holiday present, your Christmas present. And by the way, it's also your birthday present. And I thought, wow, that is almost mean. That is gypping me. And I just felt it was unfair. And I grumbled to anybody who would listen for most of my life. But then I went to Thailand. And there in Thailand, I found out they have a gift culture mentality. Gift culture mentality. And what that means is on somebody's birthday, they don't receive gifts, they give them. I had never heard that before. I had never thought of that before. It never occurred to me that I can actually switch the process. And on my birthday, instead of saying, gimme, 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 I can say here, 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 and give. That's what they're doing in Thailand. Well, I was in Thailand in December a few years ago. So when I came back, it was very close to my birthday. And I put the word out. I said, I don't want anything for my birthday. I want everybody to give to somebody else, give to some sort of cause. And I thought, where am I going to give? And I did a little research and I found out that right then at the holidays, a whole bunch of people, families, put away toys and gifts that they wanted for each other, and they put them on what's called layaway. But then the holiday came and they didn't have any money and they didn't get their layaway. They didn't get their presents. However, if you knew of this, you can go to the store and pay off the layaway. There's actually a group called Away the Layaway. I'm wearing one of their shirts right now because I've become a t-shirt wearing member of their cause and what they're doing. And when I first did this a few years ago, I found out there were families who didn't have the money for the layaway. I went and paid off a lot of the different families, and I couldn't help but just get excited and almost giddy to think about families a day or so after Christmas, and they're already upset because they didn't get what they wanted for Christmas. But now, magically, mysteriously, almost miraculously, their presents are paid off by me. They didn't know it was me. I did it as an anonymous donor. But now they were celebrating Christmas a day or so late, but they were celebrating. And I want to tell you, there was nothing as electrifying as the feeling of that giving. Nothing. In all my years of complaining about what I did or didn't get on my birthday, I never got anything to match the feeling of giving on my birthday to help these families. That was a turnaround for me. And this is what I want to share with you. I held up one book that said, The Greatest Money-Making Secret in History. You've heard about the greatest money-making secret in history in one aspect, and I want to talk about two aspects. So as soon as I say the one aspect, don't close me down and don't shut this off and don't leave. Hear me out.
Believing Before Seeing, a new bestseller by Candace Barr. Order your copy today.
I'm truly trying to help you. All right. So what we're talking about here is giving. You've heard about giving. Everybody asks for money, so you've heard that there's giving out there as a concept, and there's philanthropy, and a lot of wealthy people do it. But maybe you don't connect with it because you're thinking, I'm not wealthy. I can't do that. I'm not Bill Gates. I'm not Rockefeller. I'm not any of the people that were tycoons in the past or tycoons in the present. So you don't connect to the idea of giving today because it seems out of reach. It seems too big. It seems too much of a stretch. And I don't blame you, but I want to bring it home right now to you and me. Because when I first heard about the concept of giving, I was broke. And to think about giving at that time was ridiculous. It was like, I have $1 and I'm supposed to give a dime when I can't even afford to pay for anything or put gas in the car or feed myself. So I wrestled with this. And there's two kinds of giving. The first one, as I say, you've heard of. That's often called tithing. And you usually hear that in churches, you hear that with ministers, you hear that from religion when they very often say it's one of the good ways to say thanks and good ways to be in the circulation of receiving more money. The general rule of thumb is when you give 10% of your income, you can expect about 10 times that to come back to you. Tithing, in a way, is giving thanks. Tithing is a way to give thanks for what you already received, which is why very often when you hear about it, it'll say, or whoever's telling you about it will say, think about what you've received in the last month, the last year, whatever, and then take 10% of it and give that to your spiritual nourishment, whoever's giving you spiritual nourishment at the time. And so it's a way to give thanks, and tithing is profound. Tithing is wonderful. When I first started experimenting with it, I found that I did receive, as long as I made peace with money. If you don't make peace with money, you can do all the giving, and when it starts to come back, you'll still block it, which is why I began this by saying, make peace with money. Money is neutral. It's a tool for good. You can use it in a powerful, productive way, much like you can use a pen in a powerful, productive way. So make peace with money. So one of the things you can do in terms of giving is tithing. Well, tithing's wonderful. It's got centuries of proof behind it. And so tithing again is when you are giving thanks for what you already received in a monetary way to wherever you receive spiritual nourishment. That's the first aspect of giving. But there's a second aspect. And this second aspect is little talked about and little known and certainly little practiced. It seems to be an inner secret in the inner circle of the very wealthy in the world. For example, right now I am producing my own movie. It's called Zero Limits. It'll probably be out in the end of 2025. And one of the people I had in the movie recently when we were doing the filming is a very wealthy tycoon. He's a billionaire. This man is very successful in business, owns lots of very expensive houses. He's been around the block. He's up in years now. But when he was here, we were talking about different ways to attract money. He said one of the things that isn't talked about and was one of his secrets is the one I want to share with you right now. And it's called seed money. Seed money. Seed money is different from tithing. Tithing is giving thanks for what you already received. Seed money is giving money as a way to attract more. They work on very similar principles, meaning the psychology of it and the metaphysics of it is based on the idea that you're creating a vacancy to receive money to come back to you. Money needs to circulate. Most of us block it because we block it with our thoughts. Oh, there isn't enough. And we complain about all the different things we have to do to make money when actually you never have to make money. You just have to receive money. And what we don't realize is that our thoughts are leading to our behaviors. Our behaviors are leading to the results that we're getting. And we don't see this circular pattern going on. Tithing and seed money are ways to interrupt the unconscious pattern that keeps money away and engage and activate the pattern that brings money to you. So, tithing, again, is giving thanks for what you already received. Seed money, on the other hand, is planting seeds to return a crop to you of more money. So, how does this work? It works in the same way. You reflect over your life and you think, where have I been most inspired? Where have I been most nourished? Where have I been most spiritually fed? Wherever that feel good feeling is coming from, you want to give there. That's where you want to give. You don't necessarily tithe or plant seed money where somebody tells you to do it. It needs to be unique to you. It needs to be something that resonates with you because you want the money to come from you and to come to you. So this needs to be at your vibration. Now, Andres Pira, the fellow who co-authored the book, Homeless to Billionaire, who was homeless, now a billionaire in Thailand, he calls it vibrational giving. I love that concept, vibrational giving. And what that means is the feeling you give when you give money is going to come back to you 10 times over. Imagine that. If you're feeling fantastic about giving money, you're going to feel multi-orgasmically fantastic when more money comes back to you. It is the feeling that is attracting more of that feeling. Stop and consider this. What are you feeling most of the time up to this moment with this new awakening around money? Most of the time, you're feeling anxious and sad and in scarcity because you don't have enough. What does the feeling of not having enough do? It brings you more of the experiences of not having enough. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But we do it unconsciously because we're not aware of our belief system. We're not aware of how we're feeling about money. I'm here to awaken you. I'm here to, I don't know, shake you, grab you, look into your eyes with all love and a total heart opening for you, and to say you can have a better life, a happier life, a wealthier life, if you do what I'm talking about. First is make peace with money. Again, it's neutral. It's a tool for good. You can use it. You select what happens with money. The second is you can begin to attract more money by tithing. Tithing is wonderful. Give thanks by giving money and then expect more money to come. But also with seed money. Seed money is where you plant money by giving it to a cause or a person or something that is nourishing you and you believe in. And then you expect a tenfold or more return because you're kind of a spiritual farmer. You have planted this money into the hard earth, and esoterically, it is going to multiply, go into circulation, go around the world, pick up speed, and pick up more money. And it's going to come back to you, and that will be your pickings. That will be the crop that you get to benefit from because of seed money. Now, I also want to talk again about this layaway. Because when I went to Thailand, as I mentioned, and I came back with this new understanding that, oh, on my birthday, instead of getting, I can be giving. And I did that layaway program. And then I discovered that there is an organization called Away the Layaway. They sent me this shirt. I set up a program right now for my birthday. Because as I make this particular show at this moment in time, my birthday, the 70th for me, is only a week or so away. And so what I wanted to do is help you and help a whole lot of other families. And so if you go to joevitale.com/birthday70, and I believe my good friend Nick in the engineering department is going to put that on the screen for you, but I'm reading it in case you're listening to this, www.joevitale, vitale.com/birthday 70, birthday 70, joevitale.com, birthday 70. You will see that I have set up a payaway program, and you can donate there. And when you donate there, that's all going to be part of a campaign, and the funds raised there are going to go to the payaway, layaway people, and they'll take care of a bunch of families. That is an opportunity for you. You don't have to do that one. You can set up your own programs. You can give away money to your own sources of inspiration. What I think is really important is that you realize you're in charge of this. You're actually not a victim in the world. Maybe you have thought of yourself as a victim, but your circumstances, everything you're experiencing right now in your life, you co-created it. You co-created it unconsciously. And believe me, I know that you may have resistance to that, because if somebody flew back in time and saw me in the 1970s on the streets of Dallas, Texas, and said, "Hey, Joe, you're creating your own reality," I would have decked them. I don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. And when I was going through poverty and I was reading all these different books that were saying, hey, beliefs create reality, change your beliefs, take action, do things differently. And I was finding that it wasn't working for me. I would have been upset. I would have been angry. So I understand if you're resistant to this. But I got to tell you the truth. We're all creating our own reality. We're doing it in a co-creation. You're not entirely doing it. There's 8 billion other people on the planet, and everybody is making their own choices, taking their own actions, and this interplay of energy, this dance of beings, is causing us to get the reality that we are currently experiencing. However, you can change it. You can change the direction of your life. I don't care who you are. If Andres Pirot can go from homeless to billionaire, and Joe Vitale can go from homeless to lifestyles of the rich and famous, and all these other people in the world, we're not alone. They have inspiring stories. They've gone through odds that are appalling. And you can't even relate to what they've gone through, because what you're going through is probably baby stuff compared to what they went through. But if anybody can transcend their circumstances, then you can too. Now, all of this particular show is around the idea of attracting more money. I have lots of books in a lot of different areas, and I told you about a bunch of different books that are right here. And what I want you to do is follow your intuition. If there's a book that you want to read by me or somebody else, go read it. Go read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's helped more people become millionaires than any other book I've ever heard of. And in fact, the billionaire I was interviewing for my upcoming movie said he read Think and Grow Rich 100 times. And over the years, I've heard from very successful people who said they read it every year. I remember one millionaire said he read it 50 times. How many times have you read it? Think and Grow Rich. You can get it at the library. You don't even have to buy it. All of this is to say there's lots of tools, there's lots of resources. Plus, I do this show weekly. Go to ZeroLimitsLivingTV.com and sign up to be notified whenever there's another show. I'm doing my best to inspire you, to give you tools, to give you resources, to interview people that give you hope, that give you steps to take, that give you inspiration, that help lift you from being stuck in the mud to flying with the stars. All of this is available to you. So let's recap here. This whole show is about attracting more money. And I said you can have my book, Attract More or attractmoneynow.com. Just go to attractmoneynow.com. That book is yours. I also have a package where you can get Money, Love, Speed, and a bunch of my other programs. It's at zerolimitsmethod.com. It costs $3, zerolimitsmethod.com. But of course, attractmoneynow.com is free. Just go there. The big thing that I want you to consider right now, to recap, is A, money's neutral. Money is good. Money is a tool. And the more money you receive, the more money you attract, the more good you can do because you're a steward for money. The second thing is tithing is practical and tithing is proven. It's one way to receive more money, and it's a way for you to give thanks for what you've already received. Reflect over your life, think about where you got spiritually fed, and then send 10% of what you've already received to that source as a way of saying thank you. The next thing that you would consider is seed money. Seed money is the one most people don't know about, let alone practice. Seed money is where you give wherever you've been inspired, spiritually nourished, or in some way compelled to do more and to do better. Whatever that place is, you give them money. And what you give them is seed. It is seed to fulfill a crop that'll come later to you. You're planting money to receive more money. That's seed money. So if you're watching this on YouTube or someplace where you can leave comments, please do leave comments. Let me know how this flies with you. But more importantly, what I want you to do is to take action. I'm a guy who believes in miracles. I'm a guy who practices it. I'm the guy who teaches it. I'm the guy who writes about it. I get on stages around the world talking about you can have it all. There's certain things you have to do, including the inner work, in order to make this possible. But once you do it, you can expect miracles. So I'm going to end this particular episode by telling you, you can have, do, or be whatever you can imagine, whatever you can believe, and whatever you can take action towards. I still love Napoleon Hill's famous quote, if you can conceive it and believe it, you can achieve it. And remember what Arnold Patton said about money. The sole purpose of money is to express appreciation. You've been watching or listening to Zero Limits Living. I'm Dr. Joe Vitale. This show can now be seen or heard on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon, and 1,000 platforms around the galaxy. Or simply go to ZeroLimitsLivingTV.com. Check out Miracles Coaching, check out Mental Time Travel System, check out Miracles Coaching, Zero Limits Mentoring, and all the different things I offer. I want to thank Lux Media Studios. I want to thank Candace Barr for making this possible, Nick and Chris doing the engineering there. And I thank all of you for tuning in. You're the ones that are awakening the world. As you light up, other people light up, and eventually the whole planet lights up. I love you. I appreciate you. Expect miracles.